Click on the next activity.
Letters at the market. C. Look at the letters and pick the one you hear. Pick C. Tremendous! Pick C. Excellent. Pick C. Great. Pick C. Amazing. Pick C. Good. Very nice.
Great job! Terrific! C is for candle. Great job!
Letter C. Follow letter C. 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 Well done. You followed letter C.
Terrific! Uppercase letter painting. C. Great job! Terrific! Alphabet bubbles. Play! Which letter sounds like K? K. C. Fantastic. C. Great job. C. Which letter sounds like K? K. C. You got it. C. Very nice. C. Which letter sounds like K? K. C. You got it. C. Fantastic. C. Which letter sounds like K? K. C. You got it. C. Wonderful. C. Which letter sounds like K? K. C. Awesome job. C. Well done. C. Which letter sounds like K? K. C. Great job. C. Incredible. Nice job. You found a ant, ant, ant. Continue to next. Great job! Magic rain. A. Trace the letter. Very good. Great! A. Alligator. Words that start with the letter A. Astronaut. Great job!
Letter A on the fence. Look at the letters being painted on the fence and click on the one you hear.
Play!
Click on the letter you hear. A. Excellent. Click on the letter you hear. A. Fantastic. Click on the letter you hear. A. Good. Awesome.
Terrific! Click on the next activity. A is for axe. Terrific! Alphabet bubble burst. Letter A. See how many bubble letters you can get by popping the bubbles that match the sound you hear. Which letter sounds like A? A. Very nice. Which letter sounds like A? A. Very good. Which letter sounds like A? A. Good. Which letter sounds like A? A. Incredible. Which letter sounds like A? A. You got it. Which letter sounds like A? A. Great job. Which letter sounds like A? A. Awesome. Which letter sounds like A? A. Very good. Which letter sounds like A? A. You got it. Which letter sounds like A? A. Very good. Nice job. Terrific! I eat. I eat an apple. Great job! Welcome! You've already... Click on the next activity. All about A. Memory match. Click on the cards to find the matching pairs of things. Animals. Axe. I know you can do it. Axe. Great job. Animals. Acrobat. Nice try. Animals. You got it. Acrobat. Nice job. Acrobat. Anteater. Good. Alphabet. Abacus. Try again. Alphabet. Great job. Abacus. Great. Abacus. Antelope. Apricot. Nice try. Apricot. Excellent. Astronaut. Antelope. I know you can do it. Antelope. Wonderful. Astronaut. Great job. Alligator. Terrific. You found a baby, baby, baby. Continue to next act. Terrific! Backpack, baby, banana, B. Words that start with the letter B. Terrific! Click letter B at the zoo. Look at the letters and pick the one you hear. Pick B. Great job! Pick B. Wonderful! Pick B. Well done! Pick B. Awesome job! Pick B. Excellent! Great! Great job! Magic Rainbow B. Trace the letter. Wonderful! about B? Memory match. Click on the cards to find the matching pairs of things. Boat, boulder. Try again. Boat. Very good. Boulder. Fantastic. Bread. Very good. Boat. Bat. Well done. Baboon. Bucket. Nice try. Baboon. Very nice. Bucket. You got it. Bucket. Bear. Bananas. Good try. Bear. Fantastic. Beaver. Bananas. Good try. Bananas. You got it. Beaver. Very good. Beaver. Incredible. Great job! B is for bell. Terrific! Click on the next activity. A ball. The baby has a ball. Terrific! You've already... Great job! Bubble blaster. Letter B. Pop as many letter bubbles as you can before time runs out. B. Which letter sounds like B? B. X. B. Very good. B. Nice job. B. Which letter sounds like B? B. B. You got it. B. Well done. B. Nice job. Which letter sounds like B? B. B. Good. B. Very nice. B. Good job. Which letter sounds like B? B. B. Great job. B. Great job. B. Great. Which letter sounds like B? B. B. Great job. B. Fantastic. B. Which letter sounds like B? B. B. Very good. B. Very nice. B. Well, terrific. You found a prize. Clock, clock. C. Clock. Continue to next act. Terrific! Black is. The cat is black. Cat. Terrific! You've already... Click on the next camel, carrot, cook, C. Words that start with the letter C. Terrific!
Letter C on the fence. Look at the letters being painted on the fence and click on the one you hear.
Play!
Click on the letter you hear. C. Good. Click on the letter you hear. C. Wonderful! Click on the letter you hear. C. Very good. Great!
Great job! Magic ring. C. Trace the letter. Incredible. Terrific! All about C. Memory match. Click on the cards to find the matching pairs of things. Chameleon. Camel. Try again. Campfire. Chameleon. I know you can do it. Chameleon. Good. Camel. You got it. Campfire. Awesome job. Campfire. Cactus. Great job. Crackers. Awesome job. Canyon. Excellent. Crackers. Corn. Cobra. Nice try. Chipmunk. Cobra. I know you can do it. Corn. Excellent. Cobra. Very good. Chipmunk. Excellent. Chipmunk. Great job. Great job! Welcome! C is for can. Great job! Frog feeder. Letter C. See how many alphabet flies your frog can eat when you click on the requested letter sound. Which letters sound like C? Awesome job! Which letters sound like C? Well done! Which letters sound like C? Excellent! Which letters sound like C? Fantastic! Which letters sound like C? Good job! Which letters sound like well done? Which letters sound like C? Good job! Which letters sound like C? Well done! Which letters sound like terrific? Which letters sound like C? Excellent! Which letters sound like C? Terrific! Which letters sound like C? Terrific! Which letters sound like C? Well done! Nice job! You found a... In the kitchen. Great job! Bowl of new... Great job! Click on the next activity. Things in the kitchen. Bowl of rice and chopsticks. Great job! Watch chop bowl tea kettle in the kitchen. Kitchen memory match. Click on the cards. Can you find the matching pairs of things? Sink, pan, good try. Kettle, pan, nice try. Pan, terrific. Kettle, sink, good try. Kettle, awesome. Sink, great job. Pan, wok, bowl, good try. Fork, fantastic. Bowl, wonderful. Wok, good job. Fork, glass, plate, good try. Plate, great job. Straw, glass, try again. Glass, great. Straw, terrific. Glass. Terrific! Things in the kitchen. Pot and pan. You found a prop! Great job! Click! Letter pairs painting. C. Terrific! Letters at the zoo. A, B, C. Look at the letters and pick the one you hear. Pick A. Great job! Pick C. Wonderful! Pick B. Well done! Nice going! Great job! Candle, table, cat, ant, bell. Click on the next. ABC matching card game. Match the thing you see with the letter it starts with. Apple, bicycle, cow. Well done. Can, aquarium, bell. Nice job. Alligator, cake, barn. Great job. Car, airplane, butterfly. You got it. Axe, candle, balloon. Good. Anchor, barn, can. Great job. Acorn, bell, cake. Very good. Alligator, car, bicycle. Well done. Aquarium, butterfly, cow. Great. Balloon, acorn, candle. Very good. Cake, butterfly, apple. Well done. Terrific! A. Great job! ABC Pop and Peek. Pop all of the letter balloons to see a special puzzle underneath. Start by popping every balloon with the letter C. Now pop every balloon with the letter B. Now pop every balloon with the letter A. Great! You popped all the balloons. Now you can... Nice job! You found a prize! Basic. Duck. Duck. Continue to next. Great job! You've already... Terrific!
Letter D on the fence. Look at the letter.
Play!
Click on the letter you hear. D. Very good. Click on the letter you hear. D. Very nice. Click on the letter you hear. D. Very good. Terrific.
Great job! The Great! Lowercase letter painting. D. Terrific! Letter D, bunny hop. D. Follow letter D. D. Fantastic! You followed letter D. Terrific! D is for duck. Terrific! Great job! Alphabet bubble burst. Letter D. See how many bubble letters you can get by popping the bubbles that match the sound you hear. Which letter sounds like D? D. Good job. Which letter sounds like D? D. Very good. Which letter sounds like D? D. Very good. Which letter sounds like D? D. Very good. Which letter sounds like D? D. Fantastic. Which letter sounds like D? D. Great. Which letter sounds like D? D. Excellent. Which letter sounds like D? D. Very good. Which letter sounds like D? D. Incredible. Which letter sounds like D? D. Fantastic. Which... Nice job. You found a... Dog. D. Dog. Continue to next Click on the next.
Letters. Pick D. Excellent. Pick D. Amazing. Pick D. Tremendous. Pick D. Good. Pick D. Great. Excellent.
Terrific! D. Great job!
Uppercase letter painting. D.
Terrific!
Letter D. Follow letter D. 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 Good job. You followed letter D.
Terrific! Great job!
D is for dress.
Great job! Fly swatter madness. Letter D.
Do you know the sound of each letter in the alphabet? See how many alphabet flies you can swat by listening to the requested letter sound. What sounds like D? D. Great shot. What sounds like D? You got him. What sounds like D? Great shot. What sounds like D? You got him. What sound D? Great shot. What D? You got him. What sound D? Great shot. What's D? You got him. What D? Great shot. What sound D? You got him. What sounds like D? D? You got him. What sound D? You got him. What's D? You got him. What's D? Great shot. What sound D? Great shot. Great.
You found a prize! Congrats! Exit, exit. E, exit. Exit. Great job! Terrific! Welcome back!
E is for egg.
Terrific! Click on Great job!
Uppercase letter painting. E.
Great job!
Letter E on the fence. Look at the letter.
Play!
Click on the letter you hear. E. You got it. Click on the letter you hear. E. You got it. Click on the letter you hear. E. Wonderful. Terrific.
Great job!
Alphabet bubbles.
Play! Which letter sounds like eh? Eh. E. Great. E. Very good. E. Very nice. Which letter sounds like eh? Eh. E. You got it. E. You got it. E. Fantastic. Which letter sounds like eh? Eh. P. Great. You got it. E. Excellent. E. In which letter sounds like eh? Eh. E. Good. E. Well done. E. Which letter sounds like eh? Eh. E. Well done. E. Very nice. E. Good. Which letter sounds like eh? Eh. E. Incredible. E. You got it. E. Terrific. Nice job. Click on the next.
Letter E, bunny hop. E.
Follow letter
E.
E.
E. E.
Excellent. You followed letter
E.
You found a prize. Eh. Eh. Elephant. Elephant. E. Eh. Eh. Elephant. Continue to next act. Great job! You've already... Terrific! Terrific! Letter E at the zoo. Look at the letters and pick the one you hear. Pick E. Excellent. Pick E. Awesome job. Pick E. You got it. Pick E. Great job. Pick E. Well done. Nice going. Great job! Terrific! Lowercase letter painting. E. Great job!
letter E. Coin. Follow letter
E. 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 Awesome job.
You followed letter
E.
E is for elephant.
Terrific! Bubble Blaster. Letter E. Pop as many letter bubbles as you can before time runs out. Which letter sounds like E? Very nice. E. Awesome. E. You got it. E. Which letter sounds like E. You got it. E. Wonderful. E. Good. E. Which letter sounds like E. Fantastic. E. Incredible. E. You got it. Which letter sounds like E. Great job. E. Excellent. E. Good job. Which letter sounds like E. Awesome. E. Good. E. Good. E. Which letter sounds like E. You got it. E. Wonderful. E. Good. Great. You found a Congrats! You've already Great job! Click on the next activity. Egg. Egg. E. Egg. Continue to next. Terrific! Click. Great job!
What do bakers make? Bread, muffins, and cookies.
You found a You found a prize! Congrats! Frog. Frog. F. Frog. Continue to next. Terrific! Lowercase letter painting. F. Great! F is for frog. Great job! You've already Click on the next activity.
Letter. Click on the letter you hear. F. Fantastic. Click on the letter you hear. F. Excellent. Click on the letter you hear. F. Very good. Great.
Terrific! Frog feeder. Letter F. See how many alphabet flies your frog can eat when you click on the requested letter sound. Which letters sound like F? Excellent. Which letters sound like well done? Which letters sound like good? Which letters sound like terrific? Which letters sound like F? Good. Which letters sound like well done? Which letters sound like terrific? Which letters sound like well done? Which letters sound like good? Which letters sound like nice job? Which letters sound like excellent? Which letters sound like excellent? Which letters sound like F? Good. Which letters sound like incredible? Which letters sound like good? Nice job. Great! Great job!
F is for frog.
Great job!
Letter F, right. Follow letter F. Awesome! You followed F.
You found a prize! Flower, flower, F. Flower. Continue to next. Terrific! F is for flower.